Hey everyone, welcome back for a little TLC. I really hope you all enjoyed last week where you had some time off. I know I did. I was traveling and I'm still a little bit jet lagged, but you know I was not going to let y'all have 2 weeks off. So on May the 25th, TLC Ministries YouTube channel officially turned 1 year old. So for today's video, I'm going to do a highlight reel of our top 5 videos over the last year. I picked the top 5 because I did not want this video to be 2 hours long. So I hope that you all enjoy this highlight reel. All right, so coming in at number 5 is the C word, life beyond cancer, where me and my Uncle Charles talk about his journey with having cancer and surviving cancer. And we also give some tips for how you can prevent getting cancer or at least live a joyful life if you do receive a diagnosis that you don't necessarily want or weren't expecting.
My biggest advice to anyone is when you nobody knows your body like you do. You know when something's not right, your body's trying to talk to you. Listen to your body. And not only that, your lifestyle. The lifestyle plays a big factor in your outcomes as well. If you drink a whole lot,
you mean of alcohol?
Yeah, you drink a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, you know, your life changes smoking cigarettes. If you have a history of cancer, you need to focus more on yourself because it also can be hereditary. So, you know, if your dad died of alcoholism and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't want to drink a lot. You have family that died of lung cancer, you probably want to smoke a lot. Because those are things that can also increase your risk. Just listen to your body and think about healthy change, lifestyle changes. That's the main thing. And then especially when you get over 40, 45, make those doctor's appointments. Go get your colonoscopies and things like that. Okay. Go get treated, go get tested. That's the main thing. Because the earlier they can catch something, the better percentage you have of making it through the situation. A lot of people procrastinate. And I usually I'm one of those. Right. So listen to your body. When you get those certain ages, go get tested and make healthy lifestyle changes. I know it's easier said than done, but you want to, smoking is bad for everybody. I know that it's about smoking and drinking and doing drugs and things like that. Because even though I'm a big guy, I eat a lot, but for like, I don't smoke, don't drink and stuff like that. Well, I have an occasion drink my birthday, something like that, but for just partying all the time, that's not me. And look what happened to me. I mean, and this can happen if you don't smoke or no drink. I've never done either one. Yeah. Some things it happens. But listen to your body, and when it's time to get tested after 45 and 50 years old, I recommend you do that.
There's so much good stuff that you talked about in there. So you talked about the importance of knowing your body, and when something doesn't feel right, going to get checked out. You talked about making sure that you're going and having your annual physicals, so you can at least have somebody who's looking over you all constantly, or at least on a regular basis. You talked about changing our lifestyle, so trying to live as healthily as we possibly can, not only for ourselves but for the support system that we have. And I also like that you talked about, if your doctor isn't listening to you and doesn't believe you, go find another doctor. You have to trust your body and go and get some help from someone who's going to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming in at number 4 was Opposite Sex Friendships Marriage Edition, where several married couples talk about whether or not men and women can just be friends, and if so, how that might look a little bit different if you are in a relationship. And we'll say a serious relationship, because marriage is the most serious of them all. We know there are different type of relationships out here these days, situationships, entanglements, whatever else. So video number 4 is Opposite Sex Friendships Marriage Edition.
I think that men and women can just be friends. I think it's all about knowing what the boundaries are and just respecting and honoring those boundaries.
Having a friend that is the opposite sex is very possible. It all dwindles down to respect for your spouse and also respect for yourself.
I mean, you have to have boundaries, point blank. But I do believe it is possible that they can be friends.
Knowing, that it is just that, and things such as like, you don't text over in the middle of the night or anything like that. You keep it, to where it doesn't even look like anything is incorrect.
Okay. So yeah, I have friends of the opposite sex that I consider my close friends. You had some really close friends in college, of the opposite sex. I think it worked because we introduced each other to those friends and included, so like whenever I was around them, they included Orlando and I included him. And yeah, they became his friends, and the girls that he was close with became my friends.
You have to be very transparent with your relationships.
No.
Yes.
Well, we have friends of the opposite sex, yes. But we don't have like a best friend where we hang out one-on-one.
Yeah, that's right. We normally, with the friends of the opposite sex, we hang out together. We go together like out to eat or something like that.
It's normally like a couple.
Yeah.
Like we both have friends of the opposite sex, which are mostly couples, people that we know together, friends that, have we've gotten to know either through church or some other kind of activities that we're involved in. So we both have mostly mutual friends, right? But I would say that I have more just friends of the opposite sex. I have more, I have some guy friends.
Oh yeah?
And I have some guy friends. Eric doesn't really have girlfriends, friends of the opposite sex, I don't think.
I know. I mean, yeah, not like friends, acquaintances, people you work with and stuff like that, but like somebody that I'll be like talking to, texting and stuff like that, yeah, I don't, yeah.
Nobody that he would call. So, yeah, nobody he would call and say, this chick is my friend. Yeah. But I might say this guy is my friend.
Yeah, a little stank on that.
Yeah, a little stank on it because at least I don't know anything about him, but I'm just saying.
I think you can. I personally just don't. And it has nothing to do with me being married or not being married. I just so happy don't have friends of the opposite sex that I consider to be friends.
And I agree. I agree that I have friends of the opposite sex, and I think you can, and I think married people can, but I think your best friend should be your wife or your spouse.
And the reason why he thinks that, tell him why you think that, Ron.
I think that because if usually you confide in your best friend, or you tell your best friend anything that's really important to you, you're gonna tell your best friend first. And so I think it will be awkward to tell your best friend and your best friend not be your spouse. And I think that creates a situation. So that I totally agree that you can have friends of the opposite sex. I think it's fine because I think openness and good communication is the key anyway. Whether it's with friends or whatever, with marriage, I think the communication, as long as you're communicating, then that's going to be most of the battle. So if you have a new friend and have to be male, I'm not insecure that I'm thinking that, or threatened by somebody, you have another male friend. I'm not. I got confidence in me.
Oh my God.
Pretty much it overall. Just making sure that, you set the boundaries and you have respect for your spouse. That, you wouldn't have got into a marriage if you didn't love that person, you didn't care about their feelings, and so you wouldn't go out and do things that, hurt them. Yeah. Right.
So it really just depends on what your definition of a friend is. We have two different definitions of what friends are and what you do with, your best friend or your friends, and just that we just think it looks different for, married couples and the priority. It's not really like high on our priority list.
Generally too, generally speaking from a married standpoint, they say that your spouse is your best friend. So it's kind of like, again, going back to I don't know. To me, it'd be hard to distinguish the ranking order of best friends. So like, how would I put my quote unquote third party best friend ahead of my best friend that I live with, married with, you know? So yeah.
That's it.
Coming in at number 3 is my reaction video to Lil Nas X Montero, and I'll say reaction video because for those of you who remember it, I didn't actually watch Montero at all, and so instead of focusing on that, I wanted us to self-reflect as Christians and think about whether we over-criticize those who identify as LGBTQ or have same-sex attraction, and we don't talk about the other sins at all. So, video number 3, Lil Nas X Montero, my reaction. Jesus died for Lil Nas X's sin. He died for any other musician's sin who might be pushing a sinful agenda. He died for my sin, and guess what? He died for yours too. Not just homosexuality, but all-inclusive sin. Jesus paid for all of it, and so we need to remember that and call everything out just the same. Now, I will make it clear that since I started working on this video, I have learned about some other things that Lil Nas X has been doing, like pushing Satan's shoes or something like that. But this is strictly about the video, and it's strictly about us checking our own hypocrisy. As Christians, do we call out some sins more than we call out others? It's just something to think about. Okay, video number 2 is the law of attraction. What do men really want? Where I got a couple of men together and they talked about what attracted them to their wife, or if they were single, what typically attracts them. So ladies, check this out and let me know, do y'all fall into any of these categories? Fellas, check it out and let me know if you agree with the other men who were on the video.
Right, so I always tell a story that I fell in love with my wife like 2 or 3 times because we've been together so long that 15 to about 18, that was one little girl, right? And then like when you get to college, 18 to 21, that's a whole different young lady. And then 21 on, that was a new woman that I didn't even know. So each time in her life, a different thing attracted me to her.
Everybody try to be for themselves. I mean, like, women just want to be a hot girl for like 12 months out of the year. Like, they will be like, they don't want to bring nothing to the table. You know what I mean? Like, they just be like, I'm going to bring the poom poom and looks. And I want you to go out and be the best man you can be in life, but be better. You know what I mean? Like, they they want a drug dealer, they want a street nigga, and they want you to treat them nice. They want all this make believe stuff with the drug dealer type that is never going to be together. So you over here kind of playing like, man, should I talk shit to her? Like, should I like be mean today? You know what I mean? Because that attracts women. You know what I mean? Like, I've been called, like, women have been like, you're too nice. You know what I mean? Like, you do too much nice things. Like, and then they'll tell me how Roy used to handle them back in the day and why they can't walk straight. You know what I mean? Like, it just be too much going on.
Well, he can't walk straight.
Who is Roy? Is Roy Hulk Hogan or the Undertaker or something?
like Roy is pushing women like off the steps and shit. Like, it's just everybody want to be these, like I said, these Instagram models that's really, they're not even real. You know what I mean?
Bro. Social media got it messed up, man. And it's not just I see it through my fellas. A lot of guys, it's hard for them to date regular women because they're comparing them to Bernice Burgos. And like, it's social media really got everybody messed up, bro. It's crazy.
She is not walking around Mebane, Graham, Greensboro, Richmond,
not the big city, not the big city of Mebane.
Y'all don't know y'all walking around the big city of Mebane.
She ain't in Saxby Hall. None of that.
Stop trying to chase these 10s and stick to the 5s and 6s that you're used to.
Nah, see, you know what it is? It's just that we gotta get back to what a 10 really is. You know what I mean? Because there's some 10s walking around. You know what I mean? It's just what you consider, what you giving points to now. You know what I mean? And it's just a false sense of reality. That's what it is. Because I actually have a few friends who have they're not Bernice, but they have a decent social media following. But that's not really who they are. Like, you know what I mean? So that's filters, that's angles, that's cameras, that's ring light. A lot of even guys. I got brothers on IG fronting and in my inbox talk about, yo, bro, let me just hold $100 to my stimmy hit. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways, bro. It's really social media really got us messed up, man.
And finally, coming in at number 1, you guessed it, Puff Puff Pass, should Christians smoke marijuana? Y'all, this video was so controversial. I think it might be the only dislike that I've gotten on any of my videos in the past year from some of the saints, and people are still talking about it. So yeah, those are 3 sets of questions that you can ask yourself. Number 1, is it illegal where I live? Number 2, am I abusing substances? Am I abusing marijuana? Do I have some type of marijuana dependency? And number 3, has God personally convicted me? Yeah, if you answer yes to any of those questions, then perhaps smoking marijuana is not for you. As for me personally, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I could try to string some stuff together in the Bible that talks about like being sober-minded or whatever else, but the truth of the matter is it's not mentioned in the Bible. So yeah, it's just not. So you have to go with your own convictions and what's best for you, because I'm not going to make up a command or a law that y'all need to follow. I'm not God, and I'm just not going to do that. All right, so I hope that you all enjoyed going through those highlights. I know I really did. I really enjoyed all of those videos, and I even watched them again while I was putting this together. I encourage you all to go back and watch these videos and some of the other ones as well. Let me know what you think about them your second go round. Do you still think they're good quality? Have your opinions about any of those topics changed? I would love to know you all's thoughts. Just as an FYI, for the next 2 months, I am going to be studying for the bar exam. So I'm still planning to put out new content every week, but I probably won't be commenting as much. So if you don't hear from me outside of putting out the videos, you know why. It's not because I hate y'all or that I'm not paying attention. I just really want to put all of my energy into this bar exam so that I can be one and done and going about my business. So yeah, in the meantime, please feel free to continue sending me topics that you might like for me to go over. I will be checking my inbox and my emails, and please keep me lifted up. Pray for your girl. All right, I think that's all I have. I will hopefully see you all next week for a little TLC. Bye-bye.